guys, and welcome to Ozzie Reviews. Well, today I'm checking out the Walther Multi-Tack Pro multi-tool. So let me just go ahead and unbox it for you so you can see what it comes with. Like all the Walther Pro stuff, it just comes in this really nice aluminium case. So we've got the multi-tool and also the extras in the actual nylon pouch. This nylon pouch can be worn either horizontally or vertically on your belt, and it is just a button up. You've got 9 attachments here and also an adapter. Now all this is magnetized, so it'll fit onto the tool bit here, which I'll show you in a moment. Now we've got a glass cutter at the end, or glass breaker I should say. The blade here is a single assisted opening blade. It's just got a thumb stud just there. You just move the safety across for it to collapse again. Now the different tools that we've got on here is quite a lot actually. So we'll start off here. This is the tool bit for the 9 attachments. So all we do is just get the adapter. As I said, it's magnetic, so it's not going to fall off on you. Say for example you wanted a large flat screwdriver, just put the attachment on and away you go. Okay, so let's run through all the other stuff we've got here. So we've got a bottle opener here. A seatbelt cutter. And finally, probably the smallest set of scissors I've ever seen in my life. so who knows, you may need them. Now on the other side here, we've got a full set of pliers. Okay, so we've got the actual wire cutters at the base of the jaws there. So we'll see how these ones perform anyway when we get outside. Now guys, the grips on these are the standard G10 grips, and they've got the rubber coating over them, which really does give it a nice feel in the hand. The titanium grey finishes on all the metal. The metal's made from high grade 12C27 Sandvik stainless steel. Now this is the sort of metal that they use in ice skating blades and so forth, so it's supposed to be very tough, very high quality. Now the blade length on this is 80 millimeters or 3.1 inches. The overall length of the multi-tool is 195 millimeters or 7.6 inches. Now the weight of it is 236 grams or 8.3 ounces. Like all the Walther Pro stuff, it's designed in Germany. However, the multi-tools and knives are all made in China. The retail price of this multi-tool is $155 from Walther Pro here in Australia. Anyhow guys, let's get outside on the farm now. I want to put this multi-tool through a couple of practical tests. Alright guys, so let's start off with testing out the glass breaker. So we've got our little setup here from when we were using it last time. We'll just see how we go. So yep, it breaks it no problem at all. So that's 8mm thick toughened tempered glass. Okay, so it's probably a bit thicker than your standard sort of about 5 to 6mm glass that you'll find on vehicles. So if it's going to break this, it's easily going to break the window of a vehicle in a rescue situation. Okay, so let's test out this knife. It just cuts through that, no problem whatsoever. Let's see how we go without the actual serrated edge, just the knife on the harder plastic at the tip on the neck. Look at that, just opens it straight up. Alright, now let's test out the world's smallest scissors. I don't know how effective these are going to be guys, but we've got a little bit of cardboard here, paper cardboard. Let's just see how it goes through. Yeah, it actually works. I mean obviously only little chops at a time. But yeah, it cuts through, no problem at all. So they do work. So now we'll use the Seatbelt Cutter. Yep, so it's cut that no problem. Just had to get it on the right angle because it is pretty small. So I found it was sort of bunching up a little bit there, but it did get through it okay. Okay, so we'll use the 8mm thick rope here. See how the knife goes. Yep, it cuts through that no problem at all. So it's certainly a sharp little knife. Let's see how the knife goes with a standard garden hose. Yep. It's like you're cutting up sausages. Yep, just glides straight through it. Okay, so let's see how the Phillips head screwdriver goes here. Obviously fine on the larger one, we'll try the smaller one. Yep, so it's sharp enough to pick that up. And obviously we've got a whole heap of different attachments that we can use for different situations. Okay, so we've got some heavy gauge wire here for fencing. So let's just see how we go through with the actual wire cutter. To use two hands. See, so it's turning the wire sideways a bit on me. So I think this wire is probably a bit too heavy for it. I'll try again. Turn it over here. No. I don't think the jaws are sort of strong enough to keep cutting all the way through it. So yeah, look, long-term use for this, guys, I wouldn't suggest that it'd be a long-term, you know, tool for wire cutting. Okay, guys, I'm going to wrap up with my final thoughts on the Multi-Tack Pro. Now, I don't seem to be having a lot of luck with the wire cutters with the Walther stuff. Now, that being said, to be fair, these are far from a you know, a farm tool, you know, in the sense of you're not going to be cutting heavy gauge wire with it. For me, that's what I'd want. On a multi-tool, I want something that I can just simply have on me here on the farm when I see a bit of fencing that's down or something I need to tie it up or tighten it. You know, I want something that can cut through that wire to be able to do that job. And unfortunately, this just doesn't do it. Now, that aside, that's the negative out of the way. On the positives, I mean, you know, the knife is as sharp as can be. So for its purpose, I mean, it's just fantastic. All the other tools, you know, they simply work for their actual purpose. So overall, as far as a multi-tool goes, I think there's a fair bit of value in this with what you get. But just keep in mind, don't go trying to do any you know, heavy-duty use with the actual wire cutter. Okay, guys, I'll leave it at that. I hope you enjoyed the review. So till next time, we'll catch you then.